Hello everyone, this is Sidekickjason doing another audio commentary for another Season 2 episode. Today it looks like we'll be looking at episode 47, Duncan's Dilemma. So, kind of funny about this one, I actually didn't know how to spell dilemma until I actually wrote this story, since I had to figure that out. But it was funny because I wrote the story out on paper first, and so I didn't know how to spell it, and so I actually spelt it wrong the whole time. So it was later when I was actually typing into the computer and getting everything figured out that I realized, oh, I've been spelling it wrong for like over a year now. So I got that figured out. I guess that's just because I don't know. I don't use dilemma normally in my conversations, but I got it figured out, and now I feel just a little bit smarter. So yeah. So this one, when it comes to Duncan, I worried about overusing Duncan for episodes because his character and his personality, I just didn't want to overemphasize Duncan, and so I try to keep his stories and plots to limited, but the ones that were about him, I wanted them to be really good. And so I've definitely put a lot of focus and time into making this one. So I really wanted to focus on the fact that Duncan, oftentimes, because of his personality, is kind of like the antagonist for some of the narrow gauge plots and things. He was kind of that way when Rusty first came to Sodor and different things, and so I kind of wanted to get Duncan's side of it, where he's kind of a little tired of always being the one that gets in trouble, or always the one that's causing the problems and things. So that's kind of how the story starts out. He's sad and upset about not getting praised like some of the other engines are, because the older ones like Skarloey, Rheneas, and Duke are always getting praised, but yet he never does. He's always in trouble. So that's kind of how the story starts, and then as you saw just a little while ago, he's shunting a bunch of coaches in the yard, but he ends up shunting them in the wrong colors. Like they're not all the same color in order and stuff. And so Rheneas is upset with him, and then Duncan feels like, oh man, I can't even do that right. That one that little plot with the coaches not being in the same order is because I've always noticed that with the trains on Sodor, there's this large variety of coaches, but yet it's always worked out that the green express coaches are always with the green express coaches, and the red ones with the red ones, and like it's always, you never like randomly have a mismatch of coaches. So I thought it'd be funny if there was one in that, and so Rheneas was unhappy because of that. So after that, Duncan comes here, and he comes up with this idea. I got the idea off of I think it's like a Season 10 episode. I think, well, it's where Skarloey actually goes up the incline. That's where I got the idea of it, but I didn't want to be too ridiculous by having Duncan go up the incline, so I had him put as many trucks as he could on the incline. And then this was a fun little accident that I got to film. Not quite as bad as the Season 5 episode where the trucks end up causing an avalanche because they escaped, so they couldn't make it around the bend and derail in this one, so that was kind of fun. Now Duncan's even more worried because on top of now messing up with Rheneas' train, he's also now messed up and caused an accident here. And so, but luckily he's got an idea to hurry and clean up the mess as soon as possible. So for you young children out there, always remember that if you cause a mistake, if there's an accident or something, try and clean it up. And don't hide it, clean it up. That's kind of the emphasis here, and that's why Duncan gets praised, was because he didn't try and run from it. He didn't try and cover up his mistake or blame someone else. He went and took initiative and tried to clean it up. So, good moral of the story, and just try and remember that. Go clean up your messes. So, because it really wasn't, Duncan didn't really do very much that was heroic. I mean, he just went down and got a brake van full of workmen, and they got things figured out. So now Sir Topham Hatt was able to come and praise Duncan for doing a good job. So it kind of shows, too, that the good things and the heroic things aren't always, like, super big and grand. I mean, Duncan just grabbed a coach, and that was it. So and you can too, just by cleaning up your mess or fixing a mistake that you've made. But an emphasis, don't try and cover it up. That's not the same thing. So, really good moral in this story. I really liked how this story turned out, and I really liked Duncan's character. So it was a fun story to put together. So hopefully we'll have more really good plots about Duncan in the future. So yeah. Now we've got Henry here giving us our little outro, telling us some good suggestions. So hope you guys follow Henry's advice here, and be sure to subscribe. You can also go check out more videos if you visit the channel. You can go to the news blog and kind of find out more updates on the future of the series and learn more behind the scenes things there. You can also check out the Google Plus page and learn more what's going on in the future. And yeah, so see you guys in 2 weeks and have fun.